Ready for a no meat, no egg, no dairy, fast, low cost, little energy to make, great tasting meal? Then let's make one. Hey, hello again. We got a great dish tonight. It's one of my favorites. This is just really a tasty, it's just got so many elements and so many things going on, and it's so easy and simple to make, not complicated, nothing. So what we got is our smoked tofu here. I smoked this outside. This is a portion right here. So it's grill smoked. I grill it and smoke it at the same time, which is just wonderful. I've got oyster mushroom. Now this has already been steamed, so it's just a leftover from yesterday, which is great. I'm gonna steam the asparagus in the bowl while the tofu is cooking. I don't wanna call it cooking, but heating up and sort of getting all the sauce cooked into it and everything else. So the tofu goes in here. I'm gonna cube it. You'll see how I do that in a second. And that goes in with the roasted garlic and these two sauces, which are the sweet chili sauce and the sweet ginger. Okay, and those go in together. It's all in a bed of rice. I've got some green onion, some cilantro, and then avocado on top. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna prep this up real quick. I'll move this out of the way. And I think we have to release this lid on this thing. There we go. Okay, good. That's the ginger, and that is some left of the other until I open the new jar. But okay, so let's do this real simple. We're gonna slice this up into, let me do this so you can actually see it, would be great, right? Okay, so let's put this out front and center. So I'm gonna make 4 slices, just cubing this basically all the way. So there's 4, that gives me 4 slices. And then I'm gonna come back this way and do 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And we have a bunch of little pieces, which is great. These all go in here just like that. You can see there. You can now get rid of that. Okay. And then we're going to put sweet chili, because it doesn't need a lot. It's just because we have both of these, which is also the sweet ginger, which is really good. So the chili and the ginger. And we're going to take this is already roasted garlic. I just minced it up, so it goes in here on top of this, and it gets all cooked together in here. And I'm just gonna stir this all up so everything is covered, just like that. Oh, beautiful. So everything gets some of that on it, like that. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna just get this oven cranked up a bit there, and I'll prep the asparagus. Asparagus can be really tough halfway down. So the best part is about the halfway up part, maybe a little bit further up than halfway, but right about there is great. And that's what I use in the dish. This raw like this, I love this raw. I love just munching on asparagus. It's just great. So I'm just gonna blanch this. And how I do that is I stick it in the bowl, just like that, the pieces in the bowl. And then I'm going to take a little bit of water, put it in the bottom, just like that, just a little squirt of water in there. That's going to steam it up without drying it out, which is really nice. And that's just going to take 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's all it's going to go in the microwave for, 1 minute and 30 seconds. When this comes back out, in fact, I'll put both of these in at the same time. So I pull this back out, I'm just going to stick my rice back in and get it warmed up and get it ready. Okay, I've got my rice out here. My tofu is still another maybe 1 minute or 2. I got my asparagus that I did in the microwave, which is nice and ready to eat. And I've got my garnish and everything else. I'm gonna now just take my oyster mushroom and break it up a bit, because it's all on this one big stem. So I kind of come in between these little like leafy things here in between where they come together like that. And I separate them out a little bit. Not too small the chunks, because I don't like really bits I like to bite into my mushrooms, basically. So I just kind of come under here and just cut those out just like that. Just incredibly easy to do. Just slice in there, just like that. Beautiful. So I'm going to put those on top here, right on top of the rice, just like that. Beautiful. I'm going to put my asparagus on here, just kind of lay it up a little bit, different angles and stuff, just like that. And now I'm going to make the actual curry sauce that goes over all this, which is really good. So this stuff's really thick. This is really a great one. It's mild too. So that's about 1/2 ounce there by volume, because that's a 1 ounce cup. And then I'm going to take some water, because I don't really need it all that thick. And I want it to disperse over most of the rice evenly. And you can do this differently if you want. You can put the thicker on, put more of it. This is just how I use it, because it's pretty robust and pretty thick on its own. Like that. Beautiful. So this goes over the rice, the mushrooms, and the asparagus. And I just drizzle this over the whole top of this. This is how I do it. You can mix it all together. I end up kind of doing that when I eat it anyway. So it's on top of there just like that, as you can see. You can see that? Beautiful. So it's all in there. Now I'm going to get the tofu out and put that on and just take that to the next step with the rest of the garnish on top of that. This is beautiful. Oh, look at that. I think you can still see it sizzling there. Just fantastic, right? Just beautiful. Okay, so let's get this out. Now this has its own flavor, so that's kind of why I do it separate. And then I just pour this right on top, as you can see there. Just dumping it right on top of all that other good stuff below. All the roasted garlic in here with it. Oh. I can't tell you how good that smells. It's making my mouth water. That is just, oh, look at that. Is that beautiful? So we're kind of building on top. And you see how quick this is done. I mean, I'm just a few minutes here, really. Okay, next I'm going to take my green onions. I like a lot of green onions. You can do whatever you like. Again, my favorite tool. Just makes this angled cut perfectly. I love green onions. If you've ever watched any of my other videos, you'll know I do. Okay, and I'm gonna take some cilantro, and I don't like it overly leafy like this, so I'm not gonna probably use all this. But what I do is I just trim this up, get the littler pieces out. I don't want real big pieces of cilantro, but I also don't want them too small, so I want them a little bit leafy, but not overly. Just like that. Get that all spread around. Oh, that's just beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Okay, now we're going to do our avocado on top, which is really this creamy, beautiful Hass avocado. I'm just going to make slices like that. So 1, 2, and 3, just like that. And these are just, if they're nice at the right ripeness, they'll just peel back here, just like that. Just beautiful. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay, and I'm just going to spread this out like in a fan kind of a thing, just so it looks nice when I eat it. Okay, and just lay that right on top. Oh, look at that. And now, one last little thing I like. Now, you don't have to do this. I just like it. These are raw pistachios. And they just go right on top. And this just kicks in a little bit of extra flavor. That is just amazing. Look at that. Oh, God, that smells so good. Now, sometimes I put a little lime on this, whatever. Not doing it tonight. But you can squeeze a little lime on this as well. Get a little bit more flavor going. That's it. That's fantastic. Remember, the best investment you can make in your life is your health. I'm FOODMAKER V, and I will see you next time.